Hey everyone, welcome back to A Proverb a Day Keeps the Police Away. I'm Robert, and today we are jumping into Proverbs Chapter 8. This is all about wisdom and how it calls out to us, offering guidance. But it's on us to listen. Oh, isn't that always the case? In recovery, it's easy to ignore the voice of wisdom and choose what's easy instead of what's right. Accountability to ourselves and to others plays a huge role in making sure that we're on the right path. So let's read this chapter and then dig into how we can lean into wisdom in our own journeys. So here we go. Proverbs chapter 8. Do you hear Lady Wisdom calling? Can you hear Madam Insight raising her voice? She's taken her stand at First and Main at the busiest intersection, right in the city square where the traffic is the thickest. She shouts, "You! I'm talking to all of you! Everyone out here on the streets, listen, you idiots! Learn good sense, you blockheads! Shape up! Don't miss a word of this. I'm telling you how to live well. I'm telling you how to live at your best. My mouth chews and savors and relishes truth. I can't stand the taste of evil. You'll only hear true and right words from my mouth. Not one syllable will be twisted or skewed. You'll recognize this as true. You with open minds, truth-ready minds will see it at once. Prefer my life disciplines over chasing after money, and God knowledge over a lucrative career. For wisdom is better than all the trappings of wealth. Nothing you could wish for holds a candle to her. I am Lady Wisdom, and I live next to sanity. Knowledge and discretion live just down the street. The fear of God means hating evil, whose ways I hate with a passion, pride and arrogance and crooked talk. Good counsel and common sense are my characteristics. I am both insight and the virtue to live it out. With my help, leaders rule and lawmakers legislate fairly. With my help, governors govern, along with all in legitimate authority. I love those who love me. Those who look for me find me. Wealth and glory accompany me. Also, substantial honor and a good name. My benefits are worth more than a big salary, even a very big salary. The returns on me exceed any imaginable bonus. You can find me on Righteous Road. That's where I walk at the intersection of Justice Avenue, handing out life to those who love me, filling their arms with life, armloads of life. God sovereignly made me the first, the basic, before he did anything else. I was brought into being a long time ago, well before the earth got its start. I arrived on the scene before ocean, yes, even before springs and rivers and lakes, before mountains were sculpted and hills took shape. I was already there, newborn. Long before God stretched out earth's horizons and tended to the minute details of soil and weather and set sky firmly in place, I was there. When he mapped out and gave borders to the wild ocean and built the vast vault of heaven, and then installed fountains that fed the ocean, when he drew a boundary for the sea, posted a sign that said no trespassing, and then staked out the earth's foundations, I was right there with him, making sure everything fit. Day after day I was there, with my joyful applause, always enjoying his company, delighted with the world of things and creatures. So, my dear friends, listen carefully. Those who embrace my ways are most blessed. Mark a life of discipline and live wisely. Don't squander your precious life. Blessed the man, blessed the woman who listens to me. Awake and ready for me each morning, alert and responsive as I start my day's work. When you find me, you find life, real life, to say nothing of God's good pleasure. But if you wrong me, you damage your very soul. When you reject me, you're flirting with death. And friends, that's the end of chapter 8. Reflecting on that, Proverbs chapter 8 really presents wisdom as someone who stands in the streets and is calling out for us to listen. The line, "I hate pride and arrogance, evil behavior and perverse speech," really sticks out here. Wisdom doesn't just ask us to be smart, it calls us to live humbly, avoid arrogance, and then stay away from those toxic behaviors. In recovery, this means staying accountable to living right, even when it's hard. It's easy to fall back into old behaviors, but wisdom is always there, calling us to be better. The thought for the day: are you listening to the voice of wisdom in your life, or are you letting pride and bad habits drown it out? Accountability isn't just about others holding you to a standard, it's about holding yourself accountable. So, where do you need to tune in and listen better today? In recovery, the first step towards wisdom is being honest with ourselves. If we don't admit where we're slipping, we'll never stay on track. The quote for the day: "Wisdom is knowing the right path to take, integrity is taking it," by M.H. McKee. It's one thing to know the right thing to do and another to actually do it. In recovery, integrity is about making those hard choices to do what's right, even when no one is watching. Imagine you're in the kitchen with a recipe in front of you, but instead of following the instructions, you think, I don't really need to measure anything, I'm just gonna eyeball it. 10 minutes later, you got a lumpy mess that doesn't look or taste anything like what you were going for. And that's what it's like when we don't listen to wisdom. We think we know better, but it always catches up with us. So where in your life have you ignored wisdom's voice and ended up off track? How did you get back on the right path? Share your experience and let's learn from each other. That's it for today's Proverbs, friends. So thanks for tuning in to A Proverb a Day Keeps the Police Away. If today's chapter spoke to you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. I'd love to hear how you're choosing wisdom in your journey today. So make sure to join me tomorrow as we keep going through Proverbs together. We'll see you then.